Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. So about a week ago, we got news that there was a new copyrighted trademark formed by Shueisha titled Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, which could very well be another anime, it could be really a plethora of things, and that's pretty much the point of this video. I decided to keep it in the realm of sevens, since that's kind of been the theme with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime for the last few years. We are going to look at 7 different possibilities that this new project Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush could be. Now, we most likely are going to get news on this product in a few weeks at Jump Festa, but I decided this would be kind of a fun video prediction to do, and so I am going to be ranking these 7 different possibilities from most likely to least likely. But before we get into the video, I do have to thank today's video sponsor, Boxu. This is by far the coolest sponsor we have ever had here on the channel. Boxu is a snack subscription that gives you the best taste of Japan that anyone could ask for. Every single box is loaded with a handful of delicious snacks and goodies sourced from various shops all throughout Japan. And if you know anything about me, you know how much of a sugar and snack fiend I am. And I gotta tell you, every single snack in this box was a hit. Whether you want some crackers, or whether it's something more sugary like the Mochin Dango Mochi, which is basically a sticky rice dumpling that was absolutely phenomenal. Oh my god. That is, no joke, one of the best things I've ever had in my life. Boxu makes such a perfect and memorable gift for anyone in your life who appreciates Japanese snacks and culture, especially during a time where people are not able to travel as easily as they would like. And actually, not only would you be gifting them Boxu, which is already awesome, but you would also be technically gifting them the chance to win free tickets to Japan, because Boxu is having a giveaway. They will be picking one lucky winner to win a free set of tickets, and anyone who is subscribed before December 31st is automatically entered. I'll include a link in my description so you can check out the terms and conditions and other methods of entry. Make sure to use my code YuGiOh10 to become eligible to win the giveaway. By subscribing to Boxu, you will get 10% off your subscription as well. Trust me, you will be blown away by the quality, the quantity, and the deliciousness of Boxu. You will not regret it. Number 1, YuGiOh Sevens II. Again, this is going from what I think is most likely possible to least likely possible, and this is pretty high up on my list. I really don't see Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush being a brand new anime, let alone Yu-Gi-Oh! VIII, and I think one of the most likely scenarios is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush is just going to be a part 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, very similarly to how Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal 2 was a part 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. There is a note to be made here, though. The name Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush could imply something entirely different from Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, but there are a few things linking Sevens and Go Rush together. Number 1, the assets are very similar from the logo of Go Rush to things we've seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. The attack animation of Seven's Road Magician looks very similar to the 5 star-like things that appear on the Go Rush logo. The background lettering of Go Rush almost looks like the same background design that they use in Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens Opening 2, and even the title Go Rush, the very first opening of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, starts by saying, "Rush, rush, go rush." So there are a lot of ties between this name and Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. Does that mean that this is going to be a continuation of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens? I think it is very possible, and I do think Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens II is a very safe bet for what Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush could potentially be. Number 2, a Rush Duel mobile game. It is no secret that Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links has been one of the most lucrative things that Konami has done in probably the last 5 years when it comes to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Duel Links has been a massive success, and since Vrain's World will probably be one of the final worlds to enter the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links stratosphere, if Yu-Gi-Oh! As a franchise and card game are going to be moving more in the Rush Duel format for the next few years, they may want to start by setting up a base very similarly to what they did with Duel Links, but just with a Rush Duel version of Duel Links. You could call it Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. It even kind of sounds like a mobile game, right? Pokemon Go, Duel Links, Go Rush. It sounds very mobile game-ish, and I think there is a very high likelihood that this will end up being a mobile game. Duel Links has been a huge success, and so they might try to kind of parrot that success by making a mobile game solely based on Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel. Number 3, a movie. Boy, oh boy, would this be fun. We have not had a Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie since Dark Side of Dimensions, which at this point was over 5 years ago. We've only had one Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie in the last decade, since Bonds Beyond Time released in 2010. I wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like a Pokemon in that way, where you would get a movie every single year, or it seems like Pokemon gets a movie every single year. I think movies can be so cool. I think they can be so fun. Going to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters duel on the big screen would be really, really awesome. And maybe that's what Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush is going to be. Maybe it will be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel based movie. It doesn't even have to follow the cast of Sevens. Maybe it will be characters that we have never even seen before that exist in the universe of Sevens. Maybe it'll somehow tie in Yu-Gi-Moto with some crazy time traveling thing. I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh's crazy. They've done it before. It wouldn't shock me if this was a Rush Duel movie, if somehow Yu-Gi-Moto was still involved, because they love clinging to that Duel Monsters nostalgia bait when it comes to movies. But I do think a movie is decently likely, and I think it would be really cool to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Back on the big screen. Number 4, a manga. So this is kind of an interesting possibility. Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel and YuGiOh Sevens already has so many different types of manga. I believe there's already 2 or 3 manga based on Sevens or based on the game of Rush Dueling. We also have OCG Structures, which I've always viewed that as kind of the replacement to Vrains, because instead of announcing a Vrains manga, they gave us OCG Structures, which is obviously a manga for people that are interested in playing the main game and the original format of Yu-Gi-Oh! So could Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush be yet another manga? I feel like this would kind of be beating over a dead horse, given just how many mangas we already have associated with Sevens and with Rush Duel. So I don't really see this as being too likely, but you just never know, and maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush will take the form of a manga. Number 5, a spin-off Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. So this is kind of an interesting one, and I want to be clear, this would not be Yu-Gi-Oh! VIII. This would maybe be an OVA, or maybe a 13-episode special, which maybe has characters featured from Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens in it, but not following the main crew of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. Or maybe you turn the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens manga into an anime, and that's what Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush is. Or maybe this could very well be a chibi-style anime. I've seen a lot of people say that maybe that's what this is going to be. They've done chibi-style mangas for, I believe, every single Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe except Vrains and the original. You have to fact-check me on that. Or maybe it didn't even start until, like, Zexal era, but they've done chibi-style mangas before, and that's just the characters looking more, well, chibi-style. I don't really know how to describe it, but I'll show it on screen. And so maybe that's what this anime will be based on. Maybe this will be an anime based on Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel LP, which is one of the Rush Duel mangas. I think that would be pretty cool. There's a few ways they could go with doing a spin-off Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime that would kind of be like a 7B when comparing it to your main Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens show. So it would be kind of interesting if they went down that route. Not a proper Yu-Gi-Oh! 8th series, but just a shorter spin-off anime. Number 6, Yu-Gi-Oh! 8. So I can't ignore the possibility, even though I think it's very unlikely, because I'm putting it so low on this list, that Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush is going to be the 8th Yu-Gi-Oh! Show in the series. And that would mean that you do not need to watch Sevens to understand what's happening in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. It would mean that we're going to get a new protagonist, we're going to get an entirely new cast of characters, and maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush doesn't even take place in the same era as Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. Maybe it doesn't even take place in the same universe. It would also mean that Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens is ending in 3 to 4 months, which I still just find highly unlikely at this point. point. We have not gotten any news on YuGiOh 7's ending, and I would not expect YuGiOh 8 to formally begin until YuGiOh 7 comes to a full conclusion. And so for that reason, I really do not think Yugioh Go Rush has much of a chance of being that 8th Yu-Gi-Oh show that I know some people really hope it will be, but I couldn't just ignore that possibility. And so Yugioh Go Rush being the 8th installment into the franchise does come in pretty low on this possibilities ranking. Number 7, a live-action series which in essence will teach people, mainly kids, how to rush duel. Now, I have this on the bottom of my list, meaning I think this is the least likely scenario. I don't know if I really believe this is the least likely scenario, just rather the only scenario on this list that I pray does not happen, meaning it probably will happen. At the end of a lot of the most recent Sevens episodes, really when Season 2 began, I believe like episodes 54 till probably 67, 68, somewhere in that range, a man named Yoshio filled in the ending slots, and rather than seeing the ending 2 visuals for Sevens, we would see Yoshio in a very comedic style format teach younger kids how to rush duel. I know a lot of people found it to be very funny. I'm sure a lot of kids found it to be funny. I personally kind of skipped it, not gonna lie, but maybe they felt that that was such a successful segment that they want to make it a live action series. We've already seen them do live action style before. We've seen them do Yu-Gi-Oh! Labo, which was real people dressed as Kaiba going over information on Vrains when we had that downtime between Arc 5 ending and Vrain starting. So we've seen them put resources into this sort of production before. Will they do it to teach kids how to rush duel? And will it be, you know, adults and maybe Yoshio being the host of the show teaching kids how to rush duel? It's definitely a possibility and one that I could not ignore. It's at the bottom of my list because I think it would be pretty redundant. I think the anime to a pretty decent degree teaches you how to rush duel. I think just going to locals and using the internet can teach you how to rush duel. And even what Yoshio already did at the end of a lot of Sevens episodes in Season 2 teaches you how to rush duel. So I think it would be redundant. I really don't think this is as likely as some people do. Do I think it's the least likely of these 7 possibilities? Maybe not, but it's certainly the one that I really, really hope does not happen. And guys, that wraps it up. 7 possibilities for Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. I am so excited to hear your thoughts on all of these listings down below. I'm excited to hear whether you think these are possible, whether you think there are some that I mentioned that you don't think have a prayer. Like if you think there's no way this is a movie or there's no way this is the 8th Yu-Gi-Oh! Show, please let me know down below. And if I missed any possibilities, let me know some of your own theories down below as well. I swear to God, if Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush comes out and I painted such a wide brush with this video. If Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush comes out and I didn't get any of these predictions correct, you can certainly go back and clown on me for probably the next 5 years. But guys, thank you all so much for watching. Huge thank you again to Boxu. And again, the link for that is down below. Make sure you use my code. Thank you again for watching. And a special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Panther J, Blue Maiden 28, and Jarrett Buller, and to my Diamond tier patrons, Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, Fasty, and Erick Avila, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons, MegaWill and Ccapacappuuu. Thank you so much to everyone who supports me on Patreon. I cannot tell you how much it means to me, and I highly recommend you check out my Patreon. It is a link down below. There are a lot of really, really cool perks that you can get if you sign up to be a Patreon and if you want to go that extra mile to support this YouTube channel. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. I stream on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, and I am on Instagram. Links for all those will be down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.
Best for